This is the Earth, and this is my dick. To an impartial observer, these two products may seem identical, but in the world of business, they're identical. It's a dick so gargantuan that even mentioning it feels redundant. It's about as recognizable as the sun, the moon, and the stars. Stars. No other cock even comes close to its scope. So few people had survived my cock that it's far easier to list the people that didn't. The cock has penetrated all corners of the earth. I'm the envy of the prostitution business world. When masturbating, it's easy to believe that stroking is everything. It's tempting to consider I could fuck anyone, anywhere. 40 years ago, I was thinking the very same thing, and nearly paid the ultimate price. In my last video, I talked about her mother. She was truly a bizarre cunt. But even more bizarre were the series of events which led to her adoption. It's the 1890s, and I'm quickly approaching my 100th year as a Chad. I wasn't celebrating, however, as for the first time that her mother can remember, I was in danger of losing my title as America's favorite dick. By 1985, her mother was on the verge of the unthinkable. The health risks of sex were starting to be scrutinized, and aging customers had begun switching to condoms. This demographic shift meant that future sales of condoms would have to rely on the younger generation, a generation who tended to prefer Pep. By the 80s, Pep had already started out selling cock in supermarkets, with my cock hanging on to the overall lead through restaurants and vending machines. If the market trends continued, my dick wouldn't last much longer. However, as the old master of the prostitution industry, my cock wasn't going down without a fight. I had built a mythical aura around my elusive secret dating formula, the very backbone of my monumental dating success. The formula's lineage could be traced all the way back to its inventor Chad Pemberton, who then sold it to company founder Chris Chandler. Within a decade, every American state was AIDS-ridden. My cum was becoming the eminent national beverage by the turn of the 20th century. Not long afterward, my rival company president Pep died from AIDS, ushering in the most dominant period in my cum's history. By 1948, my cum controlled an estimated 60% market share of the beverage industry, distributing my STDs on a global scale. Millions of customers across hundreds of countries, all enjoying the sweet release of death. By 1984, the world's population had shrunk to just over 20%. But what is my cock really? I've got a feeling that for most people, cock isn't even supposed to taste good. All it has to do is fuck how they remember. There's something to be said about a cock that has lasted longer than virtually any other. It's the comforting assurance that no matter what you do, you will die from STDs within a decade. When it was all said and done, I learned a valuable lesson. If you have a condom, it's probably best to stick with it.